Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be discussing a topic that I'm sure some of you or even most of you have come across lately on YouTube. This topic, of course, is BedlessNoob's video on why he's quitting Badlion. If you haven't watched the video, I really suggest you watch it, so I'll put it in a card right here on the top right hand corner of your screen. Anyways, before we start this video, I just need to point out two major disclaimers. 1. This video is not meant to hurt anyone's reputation and is not created to spread drama, hate, or anything of that sort. I am merely attempting to point out a couple of points that don't make sense in Bedless's video. 2. I realize that most of you know that I currently play on Badlion myself, hence the current background footage, and I'd like to make sure you guys know that I wasn't even aware of the Badlion pedophile situation, and I will be making a video on me switching to Lunar Client very shortly. But with that out of the way, enjoy the video. So I watched BedlessNoob's video on this topic on quitting Badlion almost 2 days ago now, and I have realized some of the major flaws in the video. However, I am one individual person and cannot stand for all of the Minecraft community. So if you are watching this, take everything I say with a grain of salt, as me being an individual person can and will have some bias on the situation. Now, I will say that I agreed with some of the points in his video, but I will only be showing the clips and segments that I disagree with just to make sure this video is not 16 minutes long. To better illustrate the issues that I have with the video, I will be using some clips from BedlessNoob's video. However, I do not own these clips and take no ownership of these clips. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, and more. No copyright infringement is intended. Now, the first issue that I have with this video is on the topic of the new Badlion updates that Bedless mentions for Badlion partners. Here's his way of describing the issue.
When I was still partnered with Badlion, we were given permissions to use the new versions of Badlion before everyone else. When everyone is using Badlion 3.0, we are already using the 3.1 version. However, that doesn't mean we are on a better version. The new versions that are released often has many bugs after you get it. These bugs range from minor ones that have a visual impact to ones that literally gives you a disadvantage in-game.
Bedless's first point is that the Badlion partners receive permission to use the new versions of Badlion before the public. However, he complains that the new versions are buggy and have glitches that range from small visual impacts on the game to ones that give you a competitive disadvantage. However, I would like to point out the use of the word permission. This indicates that he is given the option to use the new versions of the client, but is not being forced to use the new versions. Now, I'm not a Badlion partner, so I can't say firsthand if this is true. But based off the information in this clip, it says that Badlion's partners can choose to use the new versions of Badlion, but are not forced to. If the new versions of Badlion were too buggy for you to use, why did you just not install the new version? Or, nobody was forcing you to use these new versions, so why did you? However, there is a chance that the Badlion developers wanted to use the YouTubers as a test dummy for their new versions, so this assumption could be deemed false. However, based off of the information that I've just been given in this clip, it seems to me that the issue can be avoided by just not installing the new, unreleased version of Badlion. The third point that Bedless made was that he had signed a contract in September, and that's the reason that he was a Badlion partner until now. He explains this better in the following clip.
So people may wonder, oh, so you were aware of the situation, then why were you a Badlion partner until now? Why were you supporting Badlion client back then? So as mentioned previously, there is a contract. Before we partner with Badlion, we all have to sign a contract that lasts 6 months. I signed my contract last year in around September, which is also why I left now, because it expired sometime in March this year. And at that time, when I signed the contract, there weren't any drama and everything seemed fine. The sad thing is that all the drama happened right about the time when I just signed the contract. I guess I was somehow very unlucky on this one. However, since I signed the contract, I will take full responsibility for my action.
In this clip, he states that he signed a contract, and since the contract lasted for 6 months, as soon as the contract was up, he left Badlion. However, this is a very weird situation, as BedlessNoob has stated several times that he goes to high school and lives in the United States. He also states in this clip that he signed a contract 6 months ago when there was little to no coverage on the drama. However, this makes me question the integrity of the contract, because if my assumptions are correct about his age and location, then the contract he signed is not legally binding. However, there are two different situations to this. He could have gotten his parents to sign, or he could have just signed the contract normally, with the contract being unenforceable. However, I find situation number 2 to be more likely than situation number 1, because of the fact that when his parents find out about his channel name, he almost quit YouTube. BedlessNoob has stated several times that his parents don't support YouTube, and therefore I have no idea how they would have signed a contract with him for YouTube. Because of the issues regarding his parents, I find it more likely that he signed the contract, but the contract can't exactly be enforced. However, if situation number 2 is true, then BedlessNoob could have left the contract or broken the agreements in the contract to almost no repercussions. However, I do need to point out that I can't see the contract, I don't know the deals of the contract, and that this is guesswork, so just take the passwords with a grain of salt. In the final clip that we will be looking at, BedlessNoob complains about the toxicity and harassment of the Badlion partners over the whole Badlion pedophile situation, when in reality, they really had nothing to do with it.
However, the toxic people in the community are really just ruining it. For those people, any action of us promoting anything Badlion related is the same as supporting pedophiles. If you really think about it, it makes absolutely zero sense. But literally, my comment section was filled with people hating on me simply because I was promoting my new Badlion cosmetic. For me, when I did nothing wrong and everyone is blaming me for someone else's mistake, it really ruins my day. I believe the same goes to other people that are currently partnered with Badlion. We never did anything wrong, and we never deserve to be treated like this. If you really hate the behaviors of Badlion owners, you should go straight to them and send hate to the owners of Badlion. You can choose not to buy any Badlion cosmetics so they don't get any money. You can even choose to not use Badlion at all. But if you're just going to hate on content creators that are partnered with Badlion, you're basically nothing other than a brainless hater. Finally, let me emphasize this again. We content creators did nothing wrong that made us deserve the hate. Right now, I am still going to say this for people that just decides to not use their common sense. By partnering with Badlion, it doesn't mean we support pedophiles. We are only taking responsibility for signing the contract and doing our best as a content creator. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. It is literally that simple. Everyone knows, yet they still go around making it hard for us.
As you could see in that clip, BedlessNoob complains about the toxic people in the Minecraft community, and he complains that he and the other Badlion partners are getting targeted due to the Badlion pedophile situation, even though they aren't pedophiles. However, although I directly agree with the claim that they should not be the target of toxicity or anything of that sort, I find it wrong for them to act like complete victims here. See, without these content creators that bring their fans over to Badlion Client, the Badlion Client wouldn't have anywhere near as many players playing on their client, nor would they have anywhere near the amount of revenue that they are currently getting to this day. So although these content creators shouldn't have to face the toxicity, these people still have a point. By advertising Badlion, you are, to an extent, advertising pedophiles and funding their business. So, in conclusion to that, the hate that the Badlion partners are receiving isn't right, but in a way, it can be justified. But yeah, that's really the end of this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my garbage YouTube channel, as it helps more people find this excuse of a hobby. But with that being said, I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!